What's happening, everybody? Don't want to have any echo. Sorry, I had the headphones unplugged.
That was my phone. Don't worry, that wasn't you.
Oh, okay. Thought it was me. So what's happening, peoples?
How's it going?
24 people right up in here. Let me go check out who's here. Give some shout outs. The very first person to say something other than Nate was Mr. Matthew Shilowski. What's up, Jeff in Laura, Alabama, Brian Scott, Robert Ortleap, Jermaine Spencer, the RC Air Marshal, 200 driver, Mr. Ken A, Hangar 51, Wild Bill, GB Linden is here right after his cool little unboxing and
makes me want to get one. But now
the Night Timber.
There's a new plane coming out Thursday from Horizon. So
what's coming out?
Well,
they're not going to tell you.
Ryan mentioned that he's doing a stream Thursday, and Horizon always releases their new stuff on Thursdays. So
so it's going to be him. Oh, RC Stinger from all the way over in New Zealand. What's up, man? Thanks for coming by. William Regita, Kevin Trapp, and
my buddy
Scott, Great Scott RC.
I told my buddy
who was that?
Phone Boy RC to come in here, so he's here.
Oh, he's here too. Cool. What's up, Phone Boy? Pilot Jerry RC. I think that's a good amount for now. But hey, thank you guys for coming over. Mike SSI. George Watts is here. Mike Keller is here.
You guys didn't see anything, don't worry.
JCB 67 is here. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
What's up, everybody?
So, yet again, I don't want to take forever because this is late for you guys on the East Coast. But as most of you guys know, I like to fly warbirds all the time. I mean, not warbirds. I like to fly EDFs. I fly jets pretty much exclusively because that's just what I like to do. I've been in RC for a really long time. And I've flown pretty much everything there is to fly, but I've really adjusted to flying EDFs and things that go fast. Those have been my cool things. But I have flown a little bit of everything, and I know how to do a lot. If you guys watch my videos, I know how to set up gas planes, I know how to set up nitro planes, cars, boats, all that stuff.
We're gonna have to talk about that too.
What happened?
What, Mike's T6? Because that was
what about it? Oh. Yeah. I posted the video. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did see it.
Yeah, that was a little hectic.
I didn't realize how loud everybody was being until I watched that video.
It was crazy. Because that plane's loud.
Yeah, I love it. So if anybody hasn't seen Ray's video, so Mike, if people living under the rock, people don't follow me, Mike, or anybody on Instagram, or you don't watch any of Ray's videos, which you should. Mike, our little friend Mike got this I think it's a Top Flight.
I think it is, Top Flight.
Yeah, it's a Top Flight. A Top Flight AT6. He got it for free.
What's up, Paul?
Guy. What's up, everybody? Sorry if you hear a charger humming. I'm charging batteries. But yeah, he got this T6 for free from this guy with like a DLE 20. And he built it up, and the day he went out to fly it, about 30 minutes prior to the maiden, we were adjusting things inside, and he knocked over a cup of coffee, and it landed right on his radio. And so basically, his radio was fine, the screen was fogged, and it was like, we'll just fly it. It was okay. We did a range test. It was all good. And then he takes off, and Mike has this one issue. He doesn't know how to trim his planes. Like every time I fly a plane of his, it's like this flies like this. But so he takes off, and it's flying great. And he's like, "Hey, you want to trim it for me?" I'm like, "Okay." Yeah. So I took the radio, and I'm flying, and it needs a little bit of down elevator and some aileron. And I click one click it down on his radio, and the trim goes.
Beep.
It just froze up and just went full down trim. So then I'm flying the thing like this with the elevator way the hell back, and I didn't want to touch the rates because I didn't know how sensitive it was going to be. And AT6s are very prone to stalling, so like, you know what, I'm just going to fly it. Yeah, and then Mike was flipping out, everybody was flipping out, and I'm just like,
It was just tense. It was the usual tense, but hey, it worked. The landing was good. I even got the radio fixed and working later on for that day.
Yeah, but now Mike has one of these. He just got one of these.
He's got a DX9. Yeah, it's good to have him. He's got a backup now with the DX8.
Help him set it up, so it's all good. Although he had to set
up. That was it.
No.
You're talking an awful lot today, Jesus. Keep going. You're done. Not done yet. Keep going.
No. And he had to set up all of his planes from scratch because the coffee destroyed the SD card port on his DX8.
Oh, I didn't know that. So it didn't work?
Yeah, it was.
Oh.
Yeah, he couldn't transfer anything, so I helped him set up a few planes.
Oh, no.
It's all right. The one that took the longest was the T6 because we had to do like channel assigning and stuff, but it was fine.
Okay. All right. Well, cool. All right. So as I was saying, I know how to do a little bit of everything with RC, but I'm stuck on foamies, electrics, and they can be warbird or jets, but I mainly fly jets. Now, one thing that I haven't been flying enough of is my P-51. I have a custom done P-51. It's a FMS 1450 millimeter. Used to be a Snoot sniper because it has that funky Malcolm's hood, which looks kind of like a Spitfire's canopy.
Yeah, is that which one is that? Is that the C model?
It's a B or C. It could be either one.
Okay.
And the only difference between a B and a C is where they were made. There's really not a whole bunch of difference other than that. But it's a B. It's supposed to be a B. But I turned it into a red tail. So I've been flying it. I flew that plane for the last 2 times that I've been out flying, and I'll fly it again on Wednesday with Nate with his new Mustang. But
hey,
I
was gonna unveil that later, but okay, whatever.
I'm sorry. No, I'm talking too much. But I'm gonna fly that this week on Wednesday. But the one thing that I didn't realize is that I didn't have I have a LemonRX in here, but it's the 10 channel. May as well show it now that I open my mouth. I didn't know you're trying to hide it.
Too late now.
But I didn't realize that I didn't have a gyro in there. So I don't need any more than 6 channels, so I'm going to put in the LemonRX 7 channel, and I'll do that here on the live stream so you guys can see how it's done. I haven't done that with the let's see. Haven't done that with this plane. But now this is one thing with me. I always choose the simpler, older LemonRX because there's so little setup with these. They do have a newer version called a Plus, which requires a little bit more. And then there's Admiral that has their own version, which has the same sort of setup, but they don't have a satellite port on those. So I have my plane here. I'm going to go through that in a little bit. So Nate, go ahead and show off your plane while I'm getting this stuff set up. I'll put you on the screen for a second. I'll be back.
All right. Yeah, so if anybody's curious, it's the I just got this, the E-Flight 1.5 Mustang, the one with all the smart stuff in it. So it's a cool plane. Can't wait to fly it. Got it all. It's all set up. I got the bind and fly, so I've got all the smart stuff, the smart receiver. I'm not going to plug it in because I don't want to lose my arm. But, like, you know, I'm not going to be able to show it here, but, you know, all the smart stuff. So
ESC, no data.
Yeah, so it's got all the smart stuff. Should be a fun plane. I know a few people in the chat have this plane. They love it, so. I got this plane to have another big warbird to go with my my Corsair that's up there. But I'm excited for this one because it's the same size as that Corsair, but this one is going to be fast. The sequence doors are really nice. Yeah, I mean it's a nice plane. So. Yeah, I know Air Marshal has this plane. Yeah, how do you like the colors? I love the colors. If it was the this is the civilian they own one, the Louis IV. This is the civilian owned one. I know the one in World War II. What is this one? E2C. This one was a green plane. All this blue was green in the war. But the guy who bought it and restored it, I forget his name, but he flies this in air shows and he put the blue on it. The air show blue colors. Yeah, Hamilton, it's a good looking plane. We'll get the maiden on film, Jerry, for sure. I'm hoping it won't be eventful, but you know, it's a Horizon plane. They all fly good. The evil Mr. Goo is back.
Okay, Mr. Goo has returned with his I think I got that set up where you guys can see.
Yeah, so this is an FMS because look at it's got the same battery tray.
So of course it is. You know that's what Horizon's going to do. So yours has the same setup inside.
Yeah, I mean I think the only reason they're calling it their own airframe is because the FMS is 1450 and this is 1500. Although FMS makes the 17.
Right.
And they changed.
Right, and then
the snap-on wings are pretty cool. I like that. But the way I pack my car, I'm going to take the whole wing off. But
it's mostly the same, right?
No, it's all the same.
Yeah. So let's see. I'll put that back on. So this is the plane. As you can see, I did all the painting, and I have the B model, which doesn't have that funky little tail. The ventral fin on the tail.
The funky
or whatever you call it. I don't know what it's called.
The H.
Yeah.
Hey, Keon.
This is what I like though. I like the Malcolm's hood. So we'll get to that here in a little bit. But right now, as you can see in there, it's got the LemonRX 10 channel. I don't need it, but that's all I had at the time, and I hadn't gotten used to setting up the newer style.
Okay.
It was new at the time with the gyro installed. So I'll get that going here in a little bit. But as you can see, I mean, this is the one part I missed. It's still blue on the inside, but the rest of the plane's really pretty on the outside. Ugh. We'll get to that in a bit. I got to get all the parts together. I was a little bit behind because I was too busy trying to watch other people's streams. So Nate, take it away for a little bit. I'm gonna put it on mute because I got to grab some more stuff.
Okay.
I haven't been monitoring the chat either, so if people are asking questions, go ahead. I'll be back.
Brian Scutt, I think that's how you say your last name. I'm sorry if I botched that, but I have the E-Flight twin 64mm A10, and I'll tell you one thing. The E-Flight one compared to the Freewing 64mm is way better. The Freewing 64 is like a 4S power system. The gear like plastic. The E-Flight's the way to go. I love that thing. Yeah, that A10 is my new throw it in the car and fly it jet. It's so much fun. Yeah, I'd be curious to see. Me and Ray are going to fly his red tail with this one. This one is like the same plane, except it's a D model and the wingspan's like that much more. This one's on 6S. His is on 5S. His is going to have the Lemon gyro. This has the smart receiver gyro. This has all the smart technology. Smart technology ain't going to make a difference. It's just, it's cool to have. I'm not going to rely on it, though, and I don't have smart batteries because that shit's way too expensive. But, yeah. You can buy 2 HRB 6000 packs for $30 more than a single 5000 smart pack. Just keep that in mind. Yeah, smart tech's cool, but no. Nope. It's cool. It's cool to have, but not my mojo. I'm obviously not going to rip it out of this thing if it comes. I don't care. I'll use it. David Martingraph, they're the same thing. Admiral and Lemon are the same thing, pretty much. The old gyros were just a gyro, but the Stability Plus is what they're calling it. Is it has like it's almost like the safe in this. If it'll auto level. Yeah, I know, Air Marshal. I need to set that up, but yeah, I've set up. I just did like an auto config on my telemetry. Just what do I have? What do I even have set up?
Volume 60.
Telemetry. Yeah, I have the ESC, the temperature, the voltage, RPM. I guess I don't need that. What's this? There's a lot of stuff in here. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I'll mess with all this stuff.
So hey, Keon, I'll be back. And Keon is asking where I am. Nate, I'll be back too. I just gotta grab the receiver. I thought it was in my stuff here, and it's not. I'll be back.
Yeah, David Martingraph, it does. That's what the Stability Plus means.
Volume 100.
Yeah, John T, you could, but at that point, I'd rather just suck it up and pay for it because I don't like tearing into batteries. Not my thing. I'm not good at tearing into anything, to be honest. Yeah, John T, I've never really screwed with telemetry stuff. And I'm not the one to rely on it to tell me my battery voltage because, yes, it's cool. Yes, it's there, but it's always like, you can't trust it. And whenever I fly a plane, I always do the first maiden if it's like a jet for like 3 minutes. If it's a plane like this, I'll go like 5-6 minutes. I know this plane will fly for a long time. I'm going to fly this plane on 6,000 packs, my HRB 50Cs. Yeah, Air Marshal, I do. I mean, I can solder. I'm just not good at it. But, yeah, I always just fly a plane. First time I determine, like, what the battery life is, and I set the timer based on, if I fly it slow and if I fly it fast. So, like, on this plane, for the 6,000, I'll probably set a 6.5 to 7 minute timer because, I could fly really fast and only be up for about 6 minutes, but I could fly timid and do touch and goes for 10 minutes. That's how I fly. And the way I fly is I fly like most people. I have the throttle come on above 25. So if I'm flying a jet and I like go whizzing by with no throttle, it's not counting. So I like on most of my jets, I set like a 3.5 minute timer, and that gives me a buffer to say, okay, I can go a little bit over this. And if I'm flying like a complete idiot, I come down at that time. Oh, shit. Yeah, I know you can, Keon. It's just I don't really care for it. It'll be cool to test with this, but.
Okay, so I finally found my receiver. It was stuck up against something, so I couldn't see it. So I didn't hear anything that was going on.
Oh, we were just talking about how the telemetry and stuff and how it's cool, but it's like, I'm curious to see how these guys are going to fly together. I think I might be faster than you, but who knows?
Yeah, you could be. Who knows? What's the KV on that motor? I don't know.
Let me look.
What's the size of the prop too? Because the prop looks bigger than mine.
Well, this is on 6S. Yours is on 5.
I know, but the KV, you're probably like 460 KV.
I think that's what it is. Let me look.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. Actually, it's 460. Let me see.
Because mine is 540.
You're 540, so I think mine is actually 460. I think you got that spot on from what I remember.
Because
I'm gonna check.
That's the same as their new P-47. That's what it uses.
The P-47 is probably what the parts in the FMS P-47 are probably what this is.
Yeah.
Let's see the motor. It's their new Spectrum motor. It's an FMS. Yeah, 460 kV, 4250.
Yeah. So what did they change? What did they change? Did they put sensors in there for him to be able to read stuff, or
Yeah, the motor is
for the motor?
Spectrum. The ESC is Spectrum.
Okay.
And the receiver is the new Spectrum 637, which I'm just going to leave in there. I don't want to mess with it. And the prop is, let's see. Oh, it doesn't tell you the size of that. That's weird. It's probably like a 16-inch prop. Yeah.
Probably the same. Yeah.
Well, this one I know
Cool.
the FMS P-47 I think has like larger. Well, I don't know. I've never seen the FMS P-47.
It's a cool plane.
Yeah, I almost got that over this one. I was like, I kind of want a big P-51. Besides, messing with the smart stuff kind of sounds fun. So I was like, what the hell?
I think the P-47 had some issues too with the wing connectors.
Yeah,
I don't know if they worked
those are
out or not.
Time remaining 8 minutes 0 seconds. Gear up, flaps up. Throttle cut. Normal mode.
Sorry, my radio was talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can your radio be any louder than that?
That was pretty loud.
Throttle cut.
Oh, she's yelling more things.
Your speaker's like distorted.
It's the mic. I think the gain's high on the mic.
You know what's
The mic.
weird is when you sold me the Sky Sword. When you transferred that model into my radio, that one model, the mic is distorted. That's
Really?
funny. Yeah, like listen.
Oh, probably because I haven't turned up too high for your speaker.
I always set mine at 100, but so listen to mine on the Mustang.
ESC, no data.
It's normal, right? But then when I go to the Sky Sword, listen to it. Oh, I turned it down. Listen. Now it sounds funny.
Volume 100. Gear
I
up,
don't know.
gear down.
See, it sounds weird when I go to the Sky Sword model, so I don't know.
Maybe because it's the older firmware.
Oh, there's your thing.
Could be because
Yeah, when I was-
firmware.
Yeah, see now when I go back,
Throttle cut. Flaps out.
sounds
Yeah,
normal.
it's older firmware probably.
That's funny. Yeah, but Ray, your radio is like years behind on updates. When I was
I
setting,
didn't change it.
when I was
I
setting
didn't
up your
change
Ultrix, I was like, "What? Where is that? Where's that at?"
Yeah, because I don't want it. Okay, so I can update it now, but I didn't update it because they were having issues at the time, so I just left it alone. People were losing planes. So
Nice video.
RC Informers are, hey, what's up?
Nice videos on the F-18 maidens. The fiery booty was
Yeah, those are really good.
shining bright.
I think those are probably the best fiery booty videos we've had done so far.
Yeah,
So very much appreciated.
yeah.
I need to go grab a battery for this. I've got it right here, but it's outside.
Yeah,
the door,
RC
so keep
Informer.
talking about it.
I just got the new high performance with the Inrunner. Holy shit! It kicks ass. It's way faster than the Outrunner. It screams. And they beefed up the. They changed the servos, and they didn't do like what you did with that wood plate thing. I know that you sent them that to Motion. They didn't do that. But they like really hunkered it down this time, so it's really good. Like I've flown it what 20 times probably now. It's strong. It's just as strong as when I pulled it out of the box. So, and before every flight,
Yeah, that F-18 is really impressive. I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. Because I thought it was, it's using the same rotor as the other one, and I'm like, yeah, they're just changing it. Outrunner's not going to be that much better. The Inrunner's not going to be that much better. But I'm pleasantly surprised. It's really good. Surprisingly good. Let's see if this goes. It's going to have to go back behind. Maybe that's part of the reason why I didn't put a LemonRX in here, because I had to get a side pin instead of the one that points up.
oh, that's right, because the 7 channels.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to see.
This is the one.
Yours is gonna have the lemon
This is-
gyro. Mine has the AS3X because of the new 630.
Yeah, and I can tune mine. That's what I like about them.
Well, you can tune this one if you buy a $50 cable, for Christ's sake.
Or just talk to RC Air Marshal. He'll tell you what to do.
That's true. He's smart.
Let's see.
At this point, I just buy the plane and I fly with the stock beans, and if I don't like it, I just rip the receiver out and put a manual on in there. I left it in the A10. The A10 is perfect, and I'm probably going to leave it in this one because I've seen it fly. It looks perfect.
Yeah, they're doing better and better setting those things up. So let's see.
Yeah, I saw your video. I mean, I haven't had any problems, so I'm just going to leave it alone. And if a problem comes up, then I'll fix it. But I'm not having any problems. I'm just going to leave it.
So let's see what I can do, because I didn't realize I need the one that's the pins going the other direction.
Here's my F-18.
Let's see here. I think I can still do this.
Yeah, but so they changed the tail curve to the ones that are in the F-22. So
I'm gonna mute for that.
And those are good servos. I've had my F-22 for over a year, and I've never had any problems with the servos. Can I open this now? Okay, no. Too bright. Yeah, it is really nice. David Martin Graph, it's a really cool plane. Yeah, Keon, my F-18, one of the flap servos was bad. It's not the... Yeah, I don't know. It worked, but basically when I put the flaps down, one of them wasn't going down all the way, but then I could grab it and like pull it down all the way. It was like kind of loose. And then I pulled the little plastic plate off to look at it, and it was really hot. So, whatever. I'm not going to complain about it because I have like a mountain of 9-gram servos. So it's like, stick a new one in, all good. I don't even use the flaps anyway. This plane doesn't need them. Yeah, RC Informer. I think they listened somewhat because they didn't put your mount that you built, but they really glued down that plate, and I think they beefed up the little plate and they changed the servos.
All right, so I don't have the proper pin. I'm still gonna make this work. I'll get it to work, and then just to at least show you guys here on stream. I won't put the canopy on, but
Hey Ray, can I ask you a question?
Get things switched over. Yeah. What's up?
Do you use the stock push rod on your F-18 elevator?
A stock push rod?
Yeah.
The one that it comes with? Yes.
You do?
I checked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know people have had issues with them.
I know.
But I checked it to make sure it was strong enough, and it's been fine.
It's been.
Yeah, I checked the plane before every flight.
Yeah.
Not just the first time.
I checked
every flight.
The F-22 is the same way. It has the short push rod on the elevator, and me and my buddy Keon, we fly the crap out of those, and they're literally fine. So.
Yeah. So I'm switching things over now. I'm going to leave the same satellite that was there. And I'm going to plug in the new receiver. So the way that this thing works is you can use these in any configuration as long as it's flat. So it can be that way, it can be that way, it doesn't matter which way. You just get things right. You can actually change it. If things are backwards, there's these little dip switches in there. You can't see them up close, but they're right in here. You can flip those to make things go the way that you want. So what I'm going to do now, because I have polarization set up right now with the antennas, I'm going to put the antenna the same way as this one was, same way that this one was, which was down like this. So let me go through and switch everything over.
Yeah, I will, Air Marshal. Thanks for the invite. And if I have problems, then I'll do your Dubro thing. But I I don't want to jinx it, but I haven't had any issues with it.
What are you talking about?
He's talking about how the push rods break on the F-18 with the elevator, and you've had yours for a long time. You've had yours for a long time.
Yeah,
but I mean,
and I haven't had any issues yet, so I'm just gonna roll with it for now. Plug in the UVC. So aux 1 is channel 6. We'll deal with that later because I need that for power. That's flaps, right? Yeah. The gear is going to be in a different place, so I'll leave gear out for now. Rudder, we'll put that one in. So with the LemonRX too, guys, just so you know, it comes standard to where the gear switch will actuate the turn the gyro on and off. So I'm gonna have to show you guys the programming here to change that around so that you're actually, what am I doing? I could just put the UVC in there because that's what's going to be there anyway. Put the UVC.
What's up, Shangal?
I'll have to change that. Anyway, so it's set up in a way where you have to go in and make a couple changes in your radio to make it so that you're turning on and off the gyro on a switch that you want, and the gear works the way that it normally does in any other plane that you have.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, John.
It's not that hard to do. It's pretty easy.
Yeah, John T. I'm the same way. The only time I ever fly a gyro on my plane is if it's a Horizon plane and it comes with it. That's just not me. I don't like gyros, but.
Gear's gonna stay jump 2.
Yeah, Keon, you fly your F-22 like an idiot. This guy Keon, this guy Keon. So he does these like crazy like high alpha slow passes. But the other day he's doing this pass. He's right over the runway, bang, bounces off the ground and pulls up. And
he did that twice. He did that twice.
Well, he did it twice. Then he kept scraping the tails on high alphas, and then later in the day he did, and he couldn't pull out of it, and he basically belly landed. But the nice thing, the F-22 has a flat bottom, so it doesn't touch the servos. But he has like jetty telemetry, and he was pulling. What did he pull? Yeah, he said 14 Gs.
Yep.
Yeah, William. I don't
like a nut.
I just, like I said, I only leave them in Horizon planes if I like it. Hey, Fred.
What's up, the Fred Barron? How you doing? So I'm gonna try to monitor chat while I'm doing this, guys. So if you say something, Nate, let me know if people are addressing me.
All right.
So I'll know if they're saying something because I'm looking away.
Yeah, Keon, it is really
fun. David Martin Graff, you didn't have a wrench, so I just gave you one. Also, guys, just so you know, when I get to 1,000 subs, all the wrenches are going to go away, only temporarily, because then I'm going to do a giveaway, and I want to make sure that everybody that is actually a part of this stream will be part of that giveaway.
Christopher Morgan.
So let's see. RC Informer was asking me something. What was he saying? RC Informer, ask again. I saw what you were saying, but it's already shut up the screen. I'm trying to look again.
Oh, he was asking.
As far as the MiG-29. So, yeah, I do, and I'm kind of ticked off right now because I have one on order. I ordered it 2 weeks ago, almost 3 weeks ago, and it's supposed to be here, but it's stuck at the hub in Newark, which is not too far from me, and I can't get it. I tried to have it switched to where it would deliver. That might even be them calling right now. Talk, Nick, because I want to see if this is FedEx.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so RC Informer, as he was saying, he's not going to be making a burner set for the Outrunner.
Okay. So much for that. Sorry. So the Outrunner on the Arrows RC. So like I said, I have one. It's just sitting there, and I should have had it, and I was going to actually unbox it and talk about my plans for it. But no, I'm not going to make a burner for the Outrunner simply because it's too small of a plane, and it's a big Outrunner. It's going to get in the way of the exhaust, and yes, it will cause some restrictions. I know people say they don't notice, they can't see. That's fine. That doesn't mean it's not happening. It's still there. I just won't do it. And I don't like the fact that big spinning Outrunner is so close. You have things so close to it till if anything is off just a little bit, it's going to rub.
Yeah, if something knocks loose, like if you pull G's in one of those, like I know there's one burner that it slips over the motor and then keys on to the front end of it or the back end. If you pull G's and that little thing slips, even if you put a zip tie on it, that's it's
going to come out.
It's plastic on plastic; it can slip.
Yep. And if that's what you guys want to work with, hey, that's fine. I'm just not going to make one. I don't want to. Number one, I don't want to reduce thrust. That's the opposite of what I want to do. I want things to look good, but I don't want them to hurt any performance at all. I'm more performance. I want it to be performance and looks. So if you can't get both, I'm not going to do it. I have an in-runner set up that I'm going to be trying out. And if that works really good, then I'm going to refer it to you guys so that you'll know. Because in-runners are the better setup anyway. Outrunners are not really suited for EDF use.
Yeah, Air Marshal, you're right. I don't know what specific PLA the other companies use, but I can tell you one thing with Ray's designs, like the ones that slip over in-runners and glue on. I have them in the SU-30, and the SU-30, that thing's an amp drawer at full. It's it's 2 fans on 1 battery. Those motors get pretty warm. Never had any warping problems with Ray stuff because he uses the carbon infused stuff.
Yeah, there's no issues there.
That Raven Rock helps him print.
Yeah, this one, those aren't Raven Rocks, but they're still the ones that I use. But yeah, so I mean, other people are going to do it how they want. RC Geek does it his way. The other guy does it his way, and that's fine. Just if that's what you want, go ahead and use theirs. But I'm going to use an in-runner setup on mine because I don't want to hurt performance at all, and I know for a fact that performance will be hurt.
We don't burn light.
Anything else, and for sure as hell don't burn light here.
We don't burn light.
So I got to go find I got to get a bind plug, and that's right outside the door. So keep talking.
System I.
If the light is burning, not a good thing. Yeah, Rich, your MiG-29 videos are really good. Makes me want to buy one, but I want to see Ray's with his. Hopefully, he's going to be doing the new in-runner setup, and if that works out, then who knows? Lil N might be having a MiG-29. But I'm curious to see what this new Horizon plane is going to be too. So I don't know. There's a new Horizon plane coming out Thursday, so who knows? If anybody asks where I found that out from, Pilot Ryan and Dave Marshall stream mentioned him doing a live on Thursday, and Thursdays are the days Horizon releases their new stuff. So hopefully it's something good. Hopefully it's not another Timber. Timbers are cool planes, but they're overrated in my opinion. I've had a lot of them. They fly really good. But you notice how many Timbers they have to come out with to get them to sell? Like, for example, the Park Zone T-28. One version of that plane sold like crazy. And how many have they had? They've had one, the original Timber, the Timber X, the Turbo Timber, the UMX Timbers, and the new Timber X Night, and the big Hangar 9 one. 7 of them. 7. How many more Timbers?
That's a whole lot of Timbers.
Don't get me wrong. It's a cool plane.
So,
but they've had to make so many to get them to sell. I'm going to shut my camera off because I'm going to put my Mustang back on the ceiling.
Okay, that's fine. So, guys, I can't find a bind plug, so I'm going to show you a little Gooniac ingenuity here. I'm making one right now.
Ray, well, that's you know why I
Go.
have a mountain of bind plugs, but I keep 2 bind plugs in the battery compartment in my radio. I've always got one.
I know. I usually do too. But somebody used it last time, and I never put it back. So I just made a bind plug. I'm gonna put some tape on it, and then we are all good to go.
Oh yeah, if anybody's wondering about any of this, so there's the Mustang. I have a battery sitting in it. I'm gonna put it back, but if you guys want to, I'll fire the ESC telemetry and stuff while it's sitting here.
ESC 23.5 volts, 0 amps, 77 Fahrenheit.
And I know there's more it'll tell me,
Oh,
but I
nice.
haven't set it up yet. But here's the gear.
It even tells you amps. Huh?
The doors are really
Timbers
nice.
are like Mustang. Oh, sheesh. RC was, dude. Sheesh.
What did he say?
He said timbers are like Mustangs and tampons. Every pussy gets to have one. Gotta have one.
Yeah, when they came out with this Mustang, I was like, really, another Mustang? But then I was like, you know what? It's a big one. It's fast. You know, it's got all the smartness. I was like, what the hell?
It looks kind of cool.
I think it's going to be a fun one. I wanted another.
I agree.
I used to own a bunch of bigger Warbirds a few years back, and then you know I got like the Gooniac touch. You know, I just flew EDFs like mad, and then I got that Corsair, and I was like I was hooked again on big prop planes, so I had to get another. I had to get this to have a plane to go with the Corsair. I almost got instead of this, I almost got the Flightline Spitfire, but I like the performance more that comes out of this one. The Flightline Spitfire is cool, but it lacks the performance. It's not that fast. The Corsair is not that fast either, but it's a Corsair. I don't care what it is. Corsairs are cool, and Flightline did a good job with that Corsair. I like the.
All right, so
Cage
I'm binding now.
You made your bind plug already?
Binding. 10x 11 milliseconds.
Huh?
Bind complete.
11 milliseconds. You DSM
Time
too?
remaining 8 minutes,
Well,
0
It
seconds.
said DSMX. I wonder why it said that.
You must have changed the milliseconds on your radio because it said 11 milliseconds.
It did. I heard that. So let me redo it. Sometimes it does that when I'm inside. So I'm going to turn it off.
Remember it did that with your Ultra too?
Yeah, it did. So I'm going to do it again.
Your radio's
Up
high.
into bind.
Your radio's on some shit, right?
It's old.
Binding. DSMX 11 milliseconds.
That's weird.
Bind complete.
Oh,
Time remaining 8 minutes, 0 seconds.
so it's connected.
Throttle cut.
Turn throttle cut off.
Radio. You just have to go into the radio and change it.
Yeah, I'll do it again later. I'll do it later. So it's bound. And now I'm going to connect everything else. Channel 5. So channel 5 is the gear. So I'm going to leave the gear unplugged for now because we're going to have to do some things on the radio. So,
Shackbox.
like that.
Ray, I'm loving your 2100 kV subs, man. Yeah, they really are. They're really good. Your 2100s.
Yeah, because especially in my F5, my F5 is getting faster every time I fly. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can see the radio on here. This may not adjust. No. So in the radio, I'll just talk you through what I'm doing. Once you get it bound, best thing to do is to leave the gear unplugged because you're going to have to put that into the bind port. But so you go back to channel assign in the system setup. You skip past the first page and go to the second page, which is channel input config. So
Oh man.
you make aux2 is now going to be your gear channel. So you change that to whatever it is that you're going to use for your gear. So aux 2, I'm going to use my gear on the A channel. So I'm going to change that to A. And then the actual gear stays where it is. Gear doesn't even get used. Oh, no, wait, what am I saying? Gear you change to another switch that you want. So I'm going to change it to H. That allows me to turn on and off turn the gyro on and off. So if you take off and the gyro's not right, all you have to do is hit, actually I'm not going to use H because I have H for something else. I'm going to use it for E. Okay,
That's what I
so
put.
that E will be my gyro on and off.
Yeah, if I get a Horizon
Yeah.
plan, I always put the safe on the E switch. I don't need safe. The only I always program it though, because when you put on safe, it unlocks all the throw. Like if you have the EC 1500, the rudder throws nothing, but as soon as you enable safe, you get all the rudder, which is really stupid.
Oh wow, that's dumb.
Remember,
all right, so let me go over that one more time.
It was the same. Remember your
Hold on, real quick.
No.
The F-16, you're right, because I couldn't do anything with it.
Yeah, you had to just enable safe, and you would have gotten all that rudder throw.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll change it to LemonRX if I get another one. So anyway, let me go back to the channel assign really quick. You go to channel assign, you skip the first page and go to the second page, which is input config, and then you change gear to a switch that you want to turn the gyro on and off with, and then you make aux 2 your gear. So aux 2 is actually the bind plug.
Here, Ray, I'll be right back.
Okay, go ahead. So I'm going to go back to the plane. I have things set up how I wanted it to be.
Normal mode. Full cut.
Okay, so
Normal mode.
I'll leave throttle cut on. And then we're going to plug the plane back in. I have my throttle cut set in a way, so if I plug it in with the plane in throttle cut, it's not going to affect anything. I have the settings right. Okay, so guys, I'm sorry I'm not looking at the chat right now, but so I have that set how I wanted. So now the way that I set the gyro.
Normal mode.
Set up yet? No.
Throttle cut.
It's not on. Oh, it's not on. It's not activated yet. So let me plug everything in the way that I want it to be. Channel 5 is gear. It's going to go. Hope it's not reversed. Didn't like that.
Gear down.
There we go. So I've got to go in and reverse aux 2. Because I had it backwards. Pop that gear door off. I can fix that. So I'm going to go in and reverse that. I have to fix my gear door. I hope I didn't break it.
Gear up.
Okay, so that's done. And again, aux 2 is what we're going to use the gear for. Aux 2 is the bind plug. The bind plug here. The gear one, you're going to leave that empty. What is it, Nate?
I was just going to make sure you could hear me. Got a package.
Oh, what'd you get?
Some Y connectors for a classified project. Well, you know about it. But.
Oh, cool. Yep. Okay, so, oops. I unplugged my receiver. Receiver's getting plugged back in. Yes, I know. Okay, receiver's plugged back in. Now I'm going to plug the flaps where they go. Flaps going to F1. I don't even use flaps on this plane.
I'm probably not going to.
Okay. So
got some baby Y cables for a classified project.
Cool.
Yeah, just a little baby.
Right, so that's gonna
These
go
will be
there.
good flying in burners too.
Oh.
They're really small.
Cool. All right, so got that. The satellite is on.
This is
Everything's
all.
working. So now I'm gonna get the dip switches working.
This is all I'm gonna show.
What's that? Oh, you and your lights. You and them lights, man.
Sorry, did I not put them on your F-22 for you?
That's true. I won't say anything. I did not come prepared today. I don't have anything I need. So let's see. Let me see if I can use these. Okay. So now I'm gonna flip some dip switches to get the to get this activated. So it's got a couple things here. It says flapper on, V-tail, and delta. The ones you want to switch are V-tail and delta. You have to switch those two. You don't touch flapper on, but you have to turn those two to turn it on. Did it hit both?
Too bright still.
I can't see. Let's get my phone and my light. Okay, so ours going crazy right now because it's kind of high. Okay, those two are on, so I gotta switch that. Switch those on.
Chopping off the signal wire for 2-prong LEDs.
Okay. Okay, now I've got to go find something sharper. Need something with a fine point. But we're almost done with this thing.
We can go.
Doesn't take very long with this stuff set up.
I'd be glad to go.
Yeah, hold on a second. Huh?
I'd be glad to go as long as you want. I got nothing planned, and I'm not tired today.
Okay.
Although my teeth hurt.
Then go ahead and talk for a minute though, because I gotta go find something I can switch this with. Be right back.
There we go. It's better. See, RC Informer, I have a feeling I'm going to know what's coming up. I saw your MiG-29 vids. I saw the E-Flight Mustang box, and I saw an F4 box. So, we'll see. Right now, I'm just cutting up these Y cables, just chopping off the signal wire.
Okay. So I found a little file that will work.
I love it. I bought like a pack of 20 of little Y cables for like $5.
Cool.
I just need them for a project I'm doing right now for an airplane.
Detail is on.
Stay tuned, people, because there's going to be.
Okay.
Stay tuned to my Instagram.
Okay.
You'll probably see it on Ray's YouTube. Something cool happening in the low end headquarters.
And Mr. Goo, they know what to do. Okay. So the way that I set this up is I make it so that my gain is I have it all the way down, but it's actually all the way down on my radio. Let me show you. So the cool thing about the Lemon is that your gain is controlled here. You can control it down all the way up. So I always leave it all the way down, and then I make because this is the master gain. So I make it so that it's all the way down. So it gives me all that to adjust if I need to. And then if I don't want it at all, if it's not right, I just turn it off. And I'll have to set the voice command for that later. But so let's
Gyro initialized.
get in there. Yes, get all that. Let's get a screwdriver. Keep talking, Nate. I'll be back. Keep running.
Okay, Mr. Goo. Oh, man. Surprised I'm able to talk like this, man. I'm in a lot of pain. Okay, so I'm going to get the lengths. Yeah, I'm not feeling hot today in terms of I must have like 3 different sets of light kit in this shit.
Guys, I apologize. I haven't really been watching the chat. Maybe Nate's been watching, but I'm working on the plane.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay, so
That's my job.
woohoo! The Mr. Goo torching Nate with the little N. So, what I do with the gyro here, guys, let me take my phone away now that I can see. The gyro comes in its own place. Usually everything's basically off. So I usually take it to about, I don't like my gyro to be on that high. So ailerons I'll turn on probably to about the 9 o'clock position. All the way off is like the 8 o'clock position. So I'm going to turn it on to about 9. Rudder I'll turn to about 9. Elevator I'll turn to about 9. And then they're all the way down on the radio gain. I have to change this later. Let's see. Okay, so get a little piece of tape to put it down in place.
Jesus.
This is just going to be temporary for now, because I might have to change it later. But just to set it up, I'll turn the gain all the way up.
That's all.
Kind of makes the gyro the
all my LED stuff.
Guy.
All my LED stuff. Test controllers, test dummy receivers I don't use, sequencers, servo reversers.
All right, so it comes with double-sided tape. Okay, so now I can figure out which way it goes. So I'm going to turn it all the way up.
There we go. There it is.
Just to set it up. So aileron is right.
Is that music playing, or is that your servos chiming?
The servo's chiming.
I was like, what the hell?
Rudder's backwards, so I need to change that.
Okay.
Rudder's been changed. Turn it up all the way. Let me turn it up more so I can see. Rudder. Just turning the rudder up so I can see what direction it's moving. Rudder is correct. All right, so I'll move that back down. I don't like the gyro on all that much because I don't want it to look like it has one.
Oh, you don't want to be exposed?
No, I mean, because you can tell when a plane has a gyro because it'll jitter around, right? I don't want it to look overgained.
Gyros?
Doesn't need to, with the gyro jitter.
Gyro!
Doesn't need to do that, so checking to see if the elevator
The use of a gyro
is right. The
I'm not going to
elevator is correct.
use Asterisk.
Okay, so everything's right. And I have it on pretty low. The plane doesn't really need it as it is now. It flies really good without it. But I did notice in the wind, it was getting bumped around a little bit. So now everything's set up. Now the only issue I'm going to have is that this will probably bottom out on that because of the way that the servos are. So either I'll gouge out a whole bunch underneath here, or I'm going to make it so that I'll find the right one and make it work. But I'm not going to try to do that now. But at least you guys get to see how I set it up. I don't know if I can show you in video. I probably have to do it from my phone. But it's simple things to get set up. It's really not that hard. And you're able to have a gyro that works really well. So now the gyro's off. Now it's back on. Just with the switch. So let me go full screen for a second. Right?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm just doing my own thing here.
You can still hear you, right? No. Okay, you're still there.
Huh?
I'm gonna just change to 1.
What'd you say to me?
What the heck? There we go. There we go. Okay. So I switched it all out. So I was talking about the pins. So this receiver works because the pins are flat, and they're able to sit in there flat so that when you put the canopy on, it doesn't bump anything. So I'm going to have to see if I can get this to work. Let's see if I can, because the battery has to go in a certain way. This is the 4S. If I were to use a 4S configuration, this is the Roaring Top 5800. This gives 15 minutes flight time, if I want it. But 4S doesn't give all that much power. It's enough, but it's not the amount that I'm used to. So let me plug this in. I don't think it's going to close because of the wires in the way. But like I said, I think I have a... Yeah, it's not going to close. I can already see it. It's not going to close. So I'll have to do some work on that later and get that to work. But I will either change this to a side pin, or I'll make a hole inside of this, or just move it back further. One or the other, because it might work. Yeah, I think if I moved it back, it would work. Either way, at least you guys get to see how it works. Let's see how it's set up.
I'm trying to figure out the sequencer. Whoops.
So that's it, guys. Hopefully that was able to help somebody kind of figure out how it works. Anybody have any questions about anything before we call it a night? Ooh. I'm going to turn the camera off for a second. It's back on me.
God damn it. This thing's reversed. Oh well. Sorry, guys. I haven't been looking at the chat. I've been doing my own thing. Hey, Joseph Phoneboy, what's up?
And my computer is going painfully slow.
Yeah, you went away.
Can you hear me? There you are. Okay. All right.
It's for Mr. Goo.
So I'm going to set the camera back up to where I can see me. Me and my whole shiny forehead. So anyway,
Mr. Blue.
that's it, everybody. Let me try to catch up on the chat.
Yeah.
Turn the radio off.
I haven't been paying attention either. I'm trying to figure out how to reverse that E-Flight sequencer because the secret project needs a landing light, but it's going the wrong way. The light comes on when the gear's up, which is exactly what I don't want. Oh well, I'll figure it out.
Uh-oh. The opposite. So Ken Sprouse, you need the you can email me at gooniac33@gmail.com. I think somebody put that in there.
See?
Yeah, Bineplug. I see. I know. Let me type in my email so you guys can see. Or I think Randy just did.
Yeah, Randy put your email. Oh yeah, Ray.
Yeah.
If you need spare props for the Ultrix, don't worry. Got you covered. It's like 6 bags.
Okay, cool.
I got like 24 spares.
Nice.
I haven't flown the thing, so I have a whole set of spares.
Phone boy, you now have a wrench. I think, Christy, you don't have one, but you will. And again, guys, when I get to 1,000 subs, all the wrenches will get wiped. And then I'll have to have everybody come back to 1 or 2 of my streams so that I can get the people who are actually involved in the chat enrolled in the giveaway. So, Ken, yeah, please email gooniac33@gmail.com. Thank you to Randy for posting that.
We don't burn light here.
No burning of light.
The light was not burned. John T wants a rap video with Mr. Little N.
There will be no rap videos either.
Oh, come
There will
on.
be something.
It's going to be hilarious.
There will be something, but it's not going to be a rap video. It's going to be something though. We've got to stick to the name that was given to me.
Yeah.
So, I didn't mean to do that. Thank you, Randy. My computer is wigging.
My mouth is wigging right now, dude.
Midgets and G-strings? No. No.
What?
There will be no midgets and G-strings.
Oh, please no. Yeah, phone boy, we're 3 hours behind you, dude. It's 8:30 here.
Where's he?
He's in.
Oh, he's on the east.
He's in.
All right, so I'm going to put up a banner.
I think phone boy in Ohio. Yeah. Yeah. Don't quote me on that.
Put up a banner here for people to see. So if you do want to get a Gooniac Fiery Booty, those are the only places you can get them. I hate to have to keep saying it, but I'm going to keep saying it until something changes. Somebody out there has taken my name and used them to redirect to their website. And I don't have a website. I only use Facebook and
we don't
email.
burn light here.
There's no burning of light here.
If the light is burning, there's a problem.
Yes. So it's meant to be like an RC look like a real afterburner, but it doesn't mean that we actually burn anything.
No.
So smooth jazz video, no RC or Marshall. No smooth jazz.
Although, Ray, can we talk about that for a second?
But
my F-18.
what about it?
Burned.
Why are we bringing that up?
The light was burned. No, I'm joking.
Of course, because when you test things, stuff like that happens. That's why we test.
Yeah, I know. It was one of these newer LEDs, and it sucked ass. It broke.
And I think the weird thing is, I think that
whole light
it never was bright enough to begin with.
No, because when I put this new one in, it's the same LED. Basically, the head. Oh, your wife's in here.
Oh, hey, there she is.
It's Mrs. Goo.
Mrs. Goo. That's really not what she's not gonna like being called that.
What's funny though? The giveaway live, that was my mom that came up with that. Okay, so. But yeah.
So as we were saying, if you want to get those, see you, Fred Barron. Thank you for coming by as always. But when it comes to the fiery booty, if you want one, you can only get it from one place. Otherwise, you're going to get light that burns, and we don't burn light here.
We don't burn light here.
No, we do not. But please don't be fooled. I don't have a website. I don't have one yet. I have a whole bunch of web domains because of somebody taking my name and using them, because it's not breaking the law, but it's something that he's doing to steal my customers. So anyway, we're going to eventually have a website just for people to get information.
If you're referring to the fiery booty, a single LED, don't quote me on this, rail back me up, $60, and then like for an SU30 or an F14 that's twin LEDs is $90.
Yeah, the F14 is a little more at $90, and the SU30 is $80. Because they're slightly different.
It's the same thing though. What the hell?
Yeah, they're different. The adapters are different. The ones that are on the F14 are different.
Oh, because you're probably assuming that everybody's just using the Outrunners.
Yeah.
Why? That's the one plane they need to re-release with Inrunners.
What's that? Oh, I think they will. I think they're going to do that with all of them. Yeah, guys.
If they release that with Inrunners, I might have one.
It's going to make a huge difference. But for those of you that don't know, I'm just going to say it again. I always have to say it, and it's kind of annoying to have to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I've had a couple customers that have been duped. They thought they were going to my webpage, and they don't realize, Gooniac doesn't have a webpage. So you type in Gooniac's RCEDFcreations.com, and boom, it switches over to another page.
Don't be fooled.
I don't have that. Don't be fooled. You go to Gooniac33.com. I don't have that website. Boom, it switches to another page. So while it's not breaking the law, it's
a dick ass
kind of basically, and it's an unethical thing to do here in the hobby, especially when you're making all these weird off-the-wall accusations and demands that nobody pays attention to because nobody knows you. So don't be fooled. Don't go to that site.
Ray, the common
email me.
The common denominator here is that he has a crush on you, dude.
I don't want to go into that because we're not into it. I'm not going to do any TikTok or anyway, move on.
He probably paid that woman to tell you the
email me.
Get a nice leg.
Rick and Nate, oh my god. Yeah, that's probably the truth. That's the one way to get it across, isn't it? Gooniac33@gmail.com. I'm sure my wife is cracking up right now.
Yeah.
She is. But so I hate to have to keep mentioning that, but I do because people have been fooled. And I mean, I get the customer in the end, but it's still kind of annoying because if they end up getting another product that's not mine, that's not as good as mine, and ends up breaking, which has happened with like a whole bunch of customers as of late, they'll be like, hey, I ordered this and it stopped working. And I'm like, okay, give me your email. They give me their email. Like, I don't have you in here. And they're like, oh, well, I looked at your website now. Oh, well, you didn't buy it from me because I don't have a website. Oh, well, that sucks. Why'd they do that? I'm like, yeah, well, that's just the way that person works.
Well,
okay. Ken Sprouse, thank you. I'll check the email here in a little bit. So don't be fooled. I hate to have to bring it up, but I am bringing it up because people have been. So that's just the way it goes. That's the way to get me on the screen right there. That's the best way to do it. And we can take that one away if it'll work.
Yeah, the whole Mr. Goo and Lil N thing was brought up by this person as like an offensive joke, but now it's become like the highlight. Mr. Goo and Lil N.
Give me a great name. I like it. I appreciate it. So we're gonna roll with that. But anyway, so all those of you that don't think I fly regular prop planes, now you see that I do.
I know how to screw with other stuff
right
too.
there.
If you saw Ray's video when I had to save that T6 mics,
Yeah.
I know how to screw with prop planes and gassers too. I don't own any gassers personally, but I can screw with them.
Yep. We know how to work on just about anything, but we choose to work on this stuff.
Now, I wasn't expecting to have to fly that thing with stuck trim, but
So,
whatever. That's a funny.
I think we pretty much covered what I wanted to cover today.
That's a funny video to watch. I watched it like 10 times.
Mr. Goo and Lil Ann appreciate you guys coming by to hang out with us while we try to inform you people on how to work your RC stuff. That's supposed to be the focus of this hobby too, guys, for me anyway, and I just want to get this out there because I'm noticing things have been changing. This hobby is supposed to be fun, regardless of whether you're selling something or not. It's not supposed to be about material things. It's supposed to be about stuff that you're supposed to bring to the hobby, stuff that you're supposed to be able to help people with. I'm about helping people. If I don't sell you a burner, so what? If I can help you figure out somebody else's burner that's broken, which happens a lot lately, I can help you do that. If I have to sell you a controller for a burner that's burned out from someone else, which I've had to do a lot lately, I can do that also. So you can just plug it in and make it work instead of have to go through calibration and all that other weird crap. But even if I don't sell you something, I just want to help. So if you have questions, my email is there, gooniac33@gmail.com. You can email me and I can help you. I've done that a lot. On RC groups, I've got like, 13,000 posts on there, and that's not stuff about me. That's me just helping people. Sharing my experiences in the hobby, sharing what it is that I've done, sharing what's worked for me. So it's not about how much you can sell or how much you can, how many views you're going to get or any of that stuff. That other stuff is that's nice, and it's like it comes as, what do you call it? Just something that actually just happens as a result of other things. It's not something that I'm pursuing. I do this for fun, and I want people to be as addicted to this as I am, because this is an addiction that's worth having, because it's not really hurting anything unless you're a hoarder. If you're a hoarder, then that's a problem. But it's a great hobby. It's a great way to spend your time. The kids that I fly with, like Nate and a couple of the other kids, instead of being at home stuck on Xbox or out getting into trouble, my kids play Xbox, so I can't say that. But or instead of getting into trouble, they're out having fun, acting crazy with Mr. Goo and Lil Ann, flying planes.
Yeah, that's the way I think.
If you haven't checked out my videos, check out my videos, because the kids are always in there acting crazy. But the whole thing is, the whole point of this hobby is to have fun and hang out with your friends. And that should pretty much be it. This, the YouTube stuff is great. It's fun. But that's just another way to share what it is that we do. There are people that are considered RC influencers, which is great. Violet Ryan's one of them. RC Informer, who's on here too. He helps out a ton of people with his stuff. And you can tell he's one of the people who actually just does this for fun. And he wants to make sure that people are successful at this. Another person is GB Linden. GB Linden, he does unbiased reviews where he'll go through and he'll pull stuff apart and tell you the pros and cons and whether it's good, whether it's bad, what's been bad for him, what's worked, whatever. He'll just give you the truth about it.
Yeah, and people.
So that's what it's supposed to be about. There's a few other people too, RC Sailors, who else? RC Air Marshal, he's a huge help with the series that he's been doing on the AR 636 and smart chargers and smart technology and all that other stuff. Kenny, he's a big help. He tries to help people out with the stuff that he does. Hangar 51, if you guys don't know who he is. Dave's RC, which is like the giveaway king. He has helped a lot of people. I mean, we've helped him too, because this is something that's like his pastime, to help him keep out of his head and dealing with stuff that he had to go through from PTSD and etc. But it's supposed to be about fun. It's not supposed to be about numbers and stats and how you're gonna all different links and getting places and getting stuff from this, getting stuff from that. That's great. That's all just like a side effect of what it is that gets done. But I like to share a little bit from what everybody because there's affiliates that I'm affiliated with. I like to share affiliate links from everybody, and not just choose one. But you know, if I notice that something's really good, maybe I'll push that person a little bit more because I see what they're really doing. I just did that recently with GB Linden because the stuff that he's done. I mean, like the headphones I got here, I've gotten a lot of help from him. He's helped me offline doing other stuff. The Mary Boozers, there's another good channel that's up and coming. But the whole reason for me deciding to do this was so that I've got over 36 years in the hobby. I'm doing this to share some of that knowledge. I didn't have that knowledge. I didn't have anybody to help me with knowledge when I was younger. My brother and I, like I said on RC Air Marshal's channel, we crashed the crap out of planes for like 10 years because we didn't have any help.
You still do,
So,
right now,
rather than me saying, "Oh, it's great, let's go see you crash." Oh, well, we've all been there. Ha 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 ha! And sit back and laugh and watch you crash. I'm gonna help. So that's the whole reason for me getting started in this. Yes, I do have things that I sell, but that's really just kind of an on the side thing.
Well, you do that to make people smile.
That I have a crap ton of customers. I've been doing it for almost a little over a year and a half. I've sold close to 1,000 of these things by now. And the cool thing is, without having a website, I'm actually to interact with every single one of those customers instead of just being like I'm a machine pumping out orders when somebody clicks, "Ooh, I want to order this, order this." No, I actually talk to the people, figure out what it is that they have, and deal with them that way.
Yeah.
So,
and like people.
That's pretty much it. That's my spiel. I just don't want the hobby to get polluted with just weirdness.
Yeah.
It's do this for fun. Mrs. Goo, everybody's hearing you text me. Anyway.
Yeah. And people like going back to like
I just turned it off.
Like influencer thing that you were
but
saying.
That's the thing I'm noticing. Everything seems to be changing in a way that's kind of getting away from what this is supposed to be. I don't want it to get there. There are influencers and people that are doing this almost full time, which is great. That's fine, but please don't lose sight of what you're doing. This is supposed to be a hobby about helping and helping people get ahead. You don't want people to get to a certain level and then be like, okay, well, I don't want you going any further, so I'm not going to help you anymore. I want to be the one I'm saying, I don't care if people surpass me with things, either views or whatever. I don't care. It's just a matter of, I know it was you, Mrs. Good. It's just a matter of getting people ahead. That's how I think, and that's how I feel. When I go to my field, I'm not going to my field to sell people stuff. I'm going to my field to fly and enjoy myself. And part of me enjoying myself is actually being able to help somebody get better at something that they can't do. Like when I was there last time, there was a guy with an SU-30, and Nate, I sent him videos about you with your SU-30. Because he hasn't flown an EDF before, and the SU-30 was his first EDF. And he actually did pretty good. But the landings, he couldn't figure that out. So I gave him some points with your landings.
Exactly. I make like when I post stuff on Instagram, I don't make. I mean, I have some people that have told me, "Oh, why you post all this shit? You're just rubbing it in your face. You get all these planes." I'm like, no, I'm just showing people like I get these planes, and then like GB, like GB hit me up on Instagram after I posted that A10 flight video. I'm not posting the flight video to say I'm a better pilot than you. No, I was posting it to tell people like, okay, because people have said stuff like, oh, that plane's weird with the weight and stuff. I'm like, well, I just showed them like, no, it's not. And GB was asking me like, oh, you like that plane? I'm like, yeah. So I posted videos to help, and I posted videos of me getting a new plane as like a heads up, saying like, okay, this is going to be determining if I like this plane, because I let everybody know. Oh, get out of here, Brandon.
What's happening, Brandon? We're probably going to be boring for you.
Yeah, Brandon's very high maintenance, and I've never met him before.
Brandon's very cool.
You got to fly together.
Brandon and I were like, we hadn't flown formation at all ever before, and we flew formation perfectly when we tried for the first time. So we're like, what do you call it? RC Soul Brothers.
Fat booty inspector.
That's
Okay.
what you want to call it.
Okay. All right.
Fat booty inspector. Alrighty then. RC Wazzy must have been drinking some of that adult grape juice.
Yeah, dude, he's on something. He was saying something about like porn on airplanes. It's like, okay.
Anyway, guys, don't cloud the hobby with BS.
Yeah,
A
no.
lot of this Mr. Goo and Little N was total BS crap. And we don't need it. No point. So
Yeah, and
I'll leave it at that.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say earlier too. I'll end it off with this, and you're talking about like influencers and stuff, and RC influencers. People come to me and like, well, you're a kid. You're not like me. Like, how come you don't want to do competition? Get on like national stuff. I'm like, because I don't care. I'm not gonna competition to me. The flying competition to me is like, that's like taking this hobby too seriously. It's like a job. So it's like, I'm not gonna do that. I don't need people to know who the hell I am. I don't care. I don't. It's like, sure, I'm perfectly capable, and I'd love to do that, but it's like. That makes this hobby a job at that point, and you're like sponsored, so you can only fly this brand of airplane. It's too much.
Yep. So
we get it.
We're just keep it simple.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, RC Watch, dude. We know you're kidding. It's all good. Keep it simple. Nothing wrong with selling stuff, but don't lose sight of what you're supposed to be here for. That's to share the hobby.
That's funny.
With people. What is it now? Mr. Goo feature little.
No, he was saying something.
The notifications.
Walski was saying something about having an IX-12 so you can order pizza and watch porn while you fly.
Oh God. So GB, that's exactly what it is. It's not a competition. It's just do what you want. Just make sure that you help people out, and it's not about just
the big
helping those who help you.
The big thing with me was I'm not the only one who taught Little Jack how to fly, but I was a big part in it. That's Little Jack is my main thing because me, my buddy Keon, my old RC instructor Bauman, we all taught him to fly. And every time I see Jack fly, it's like, wow. And I just gave him that E-Flight F4, and his second time flying the plane, he was like flying like a complete idiot. He's been getting crazy lately.
That's good. I mean, he's 9 years old.
So land that F4. The second time flying that plane, he landed it. Keep in mind, this kid's 9 years old. Crazy wind gust knocks him like this, and he recovers it perfectly and lands. I was like, impressed.
I don't know if I had that on video or not. I might have.
No, you didn't. You were lounging off in the pit area that day. You barely flew during the day.
I was out of it.
Ray's a nocturnal animal. He doesn't fly during the day, but as soon as the sun goes down on the wind eye, it's like
wing, 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 wing. No, well, the last couple times I flew, I got there at 5:40 a.m. The last time I flew, so probably around 12 o'clock in the morning.
What time are you going to get there Wednesday? Because if I go Wednesday, I have to go early because my mom has to drop me off at school.
I'll be there early. Not crazy early, but I'll be there early.
I'm probably going to be there around 7:45.
Yeah, I'll be there at the same time for me. Maybe a little bit later.
Okay.
But he'll be there. Yeah, Nate. Not Nate. Jack is 9 years old. When did he first solo? Did he solo at 5?
I met Jack at my old field Tomcats. He came out like one day, and I have a buddy named Jim that flies helis, and he was kind of like hooked on like helicopters, and he'd bring these little air hog toys and fly them. And then when he turned 5, he got an apprentice. We taught him how to fly on that, and I think he soloed like 2 months later. Became a member. He took my place as youngest member, which, again, I'm not an influencer. I don't care. It was fun. But, yeah. So, yeah, I've known Jack soloed when he was 5. Someone wants to.
Yeah, and he's better than people. He's better than people that have been flying for decades. He's good.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah,
Fiery Booty T-shirts.
Mrs. Goo, when you return, we have to figure out this figure this stuff out because I'm getting lots of inquiries about stuff, and we got to figure out how to do that.
Oh yeah, Matthew, you're right. We need a
Yes, you are dead on. That's what we need to do. It needs to say something about fiery booty on the front, and then we don't burn light here on the back, something like that. Probably going to get thumbs downs because of that. You know what? Thank you. It means at least you're watching.
Thanks for watching.
When you watch, it gives me credit for it. So, hey, whatever. Yes, that's why I brought it up, because I will let you. Hello.
Julie, he wears a Fortnite shirt. I don't think he cares what he wears. He wears a Fortnite shirt.
I do that to piss off my kids.
A grown man wearing a Fortnite shirt. Give me a break.
It's a $3 shirt. Why not?
No, I'm just screwing with you, right?
But yeah, so new stuff to come. I bought up a whole bunch of names too, so be able to use up some stuff. It'll be cool.
Wait, is the fiery booty?
But we've been going for 1 hour and 36 minutes.
Oh wow,
I don't know. That'll. Yeah, we've been yammering. Hey, John T, if you have haters, that means you're doing something right. So now that I've gotten to that point, and I have a couple people that are bothering to put all that energy into crushing on me, I guess I'm doing something right. The person who helped me do this plane is a complete penis now, so I can't deal with him anymore because of this. But it's so dumb and so pointless that it even got to that point. Hey, John T, I've worn a blonde wig before. I can do that again.
What?
You said wear a blonde wig. I've done that.
Wait, what? Since when?
For a joke. I did it as a joke.
Ray with a blonde
I had some
wig.
Halloween costumes that were pretty funny.
You with a blonde wig on would give me nightmares.
Yeah. So, I even dyed my hair blonde once. RC Wazdude, it's a couple people that have. I even I replied to RC Air Marshal's video, and next thing you know, there's somebody showing up who doesn't have any videos or any subscribers or anything talking crap. So I know it's going to be one of 4 people. And it's just ridiculous. It's just so funny. It blows me away that people put that much time and effort into this crap.
If you see like a random comment and you click on the person's thing and there's no videos, it's one of these like couple people that's just fucking with us. Like some guy posted when we were like doing a formation in Keon with this green killer whale havoc. He's like, "Don't post such idiocy," and it was like a name like Glenn Har or some shit, and there was no videos.
No, you know who it was. We know who you are. We see you.
Brandon, I want a quesadilla, man.
It's okay. No, I've never worn a dress. That will never happen. Whoever asked that. GB, what the hell? A wig and a dress. There's a little bit of a difference, man. No.
I remember when I was 3. I remember when I was 3, my older sister tricked me into wearing a dress.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
Wow.
I think if I went through my home computer, I could probably find a video. GB, I thought it was a combo deal.
Diaz, what the heck? Wow.
GB, how much adult grape juice have you had? How much adult grape juice have you had tonight?
All right, so it's getting late, especially late for you guys over on the East Coast. We still got 26 people hanging out, which is cool.
Yeah, it's cool, guys.
But it's about time to get going.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm out.
I dressed up as Prince once, but that's about as close to wearing a dress as you're going to get with me. And that was funny.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm in some pain. I'm just,
Brandon, politics will never happen. Don't even think about it.
I'm surprised I was able to talk this long, dude. Shit hurts.
Yeah, me too. My voice is starting to crack.
No, I got my braces tight today, and they fucking hurt like hell right now.
Oh, that's the worst. You start cranking.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna get going.
Right.
Thank you for hanging out.
Out.
I hope I was able to help out somewhat with the gyro installation. If not, you guys can always ask questions and later I can go back and help. Also, please note, if you guys look at the description of this video, I made sure to put in there the person who helped me start setting these things up. A friend of mine named Carl Thomas, his name is Karltrek. He helped, he put out a video that a lot of people have referred to that shows you how to set these things up. I posted that video in there in the description. So that's the video that I used to get these things working, and I always refer back to that if I can't remember what to do. So if you do have questions that I may not have covered, go into that into the description and click that link, because that's a link to the actual YouTube video that I used for the first time when I set this thing up. So big shout out to Carl Thomas for helping me out with that. But that's who I asked about it, and that's the video that I used. So that's it. And as you can see, my eyes are getting jerky. All right, but you guys have a good night. Thanks for hanging out, and see you guys next week.
See you guys next week.
Yeah, or on all the other streams. There's more streams next tomorrow. Who is it? It's going to be the Fight Club with his
GB's going to be on Fight tomorrow. Stay tuned.
Oh, GB's on there. Okay, cool.
I saw
then,
that.
Wednesday, Ethan RC, and then GB Linden again. And Thursday's Mr. Go All Night Long, Mr. Kenny, Anger 51. Friday's Dave's RC.
And if you care, most see it 12.
Mr. Giveaway King. Let's try Motion. I mean, to talk about the little guys. I want to talk about Motion. Everybody knows Motion. I want to talk about the people, the actual people.
Yeah.
Then we got, if guys from Motion bother to come by my stream and talk to me, then maybe I will say something. But I'm talking about the little guys. Then upon he's on Saturday, it is the Merry Boozers. And I think that
and then you got
there's
Randy,
a couple other. I think Randy Huffins does one.
Randy Huffins after Merry Boozers.
After Merry Boozers, that's right. Okay. And then I think, isn't Mike Keller doing one too? I think Mike Keller
does one after Flight Club on Tuesday.
Ah, okay. Okay. Anyway, that's it. We've been going too long, hour and 40-something minutes. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Nate, thanks for helping out as always.
See you, everybody.
And time to go.
All right.
See you guys.
See you guys. Good night.